There's a kind of silence that falls when a relationship finally breaks. Not a crash, not a scream, but the quiet snap of something that's been pulled too tight for too long. I heard that silence last night, sitting alone in a leather booth at a steakhouse, staring at the empty seat across from me. It was supposed to be our anniversary. Instead, it became the night I realized I was done fixing things that someone else kept breaking. My name's Jack. I'm 52, and I've spent my life running a chain of auto body shops. I know how to spot a bent frame from a mile away, and I've always believed that if the foundation is off, nothing else will ever run right. I apply that same logic to my life. For the last 2 years, I've been with Rachel, 34, a pharmaceutical sales rep with a sharp mind and a magnetic personality. We met when she brought her Audi in after a fender bender. She was driven, independent, and seemed to want a partner, not a savior. Or so I thought. Rachel's been living at my place for the last 6 months, a big ranch house on 5 acres, with a workshop out back where I restore classic cars. Her own apartment in the city was tiny, but she kept it for work and because she didn't want to lose her rent-controlled lease. All her mail, her license, her voting registration, everything still went there. She never changed her address to mine, always with some excuse about taxes or convenience. About 2 months ago, a new variable entered the equation, Ben. He's her best friend from college, recently divorced and back in town. I met him once. Soft handshake, shifty eyes, the kind of guy who calls himself emotionally intelligent, but really just wants to be the center of every woman's universe. He's the guy who texts at midnight about his feelings but disappears when you need a hand moving a couch. Rachel started spending more and more time with Ben. Long phone calls during our movie nights. Lunches that ran late. Texts at all hours. 3 weeks ago, I sat her down. Rachel, I don't do love triangles. I won't compete for your time. This thing with Ben is getting in the way. Fix it or I'll fix it by leaving. She gave me the usual lines. You're just insecure. He's like a brother. He's going through a tough time. You're being controlling. I let it go, but I started watching. The frame was bending. Yesterday was our 2nd anniversary. I'd planned the evening for weeks. A private booth at her favorite steakhouse, a vintage bottle of wine, and a pair of diamond earrings in my pocket. Not a proposal, but a sign I was serious. We sat down, ordered drinks, and for a moment, everything felt right. Then her phone buzzed. She glanced at it, and her face fell. It's Ben. He's spiraling. His ex just posted a picture with a new guy. He says he's in a dark place. I took a sip of water. That's rough. Maybe you should call a therapist. She started typing furiously. He needs someone, Jack. He's all alone. He's a grown man. He can watch a movie and go to bed. We're at dinner. Put the phone away. She looked at me offended. Where's your empathy? He's my best friend. He was there for me when my cat died. And I'm the man you've been with for 2 years, sitting across from you on our anniversary. I'm the one who pays for vacations, fixes your car, and gives you a home. Her phone buzzed again. She read it, and tears welled up. He says he doesn't want to be here anymore. Jack, I have to go. I sat very still. Rachel, if you leave this table to go comfort another man on our anniversary, don't come back to my house tonight. She froze. Excuse me. You heard me. You're making a choice. If you walk out that door, you're choosing him. So stay with him. She scoffed, grabbed her purse, and stood up. You're being manipulative. This is a mental health crisis. I can't believe you're making me choose between saving a life and a steak dinner. I'm making you choose between your boyfriend and your emotional support buddy. If you leave, you're single. That's my boundary. She stormed out. I didn't chase her. I ordered the steak, ate it alone, and enjoyed every bite. 2 glasses of wine later, I went home. I didn't sleep. Instead, I went to the garage, grabbed some heavy-duty boxes, and started packing. Clothes, shoes, toiletries, her espresso machine, yoga mat, everything. I checked every room, every drawer. I wasn't angry. I was just done. When you're finished, you don't feel rage. You just get to work. By 10:30 p.m., I'd packed everything she owned. I loaded the boxes into my truck, but then I stopped. Why should I deliver her baggage? She left me. I shouldn't be the one driving her stuff around. So I called an Uber Connect. Ahmed, the driver, showed up in a big SUV. Moving someone out, he asked. Something like that, I said. I'll tip you $100 if you help me load and confirm delivery. We packed the car to the roof. I entered Ben's address. Rachel had shown me once when he had a panic attack over a flat tire. I taped a note to the top box. He needed you tonight. Now he has you. You don't live here anymore. Here are your things. Happy anniversary. I watched the taillights disappear, then changed the code on my gate, locked the doors, poured a scotch, and checked my phone. At 11:20 p.m., Rachel texted, I'm heading back. Ben's asleep. I'm exhausted. Please don't start a fight when I get in. I just want to shower and sleep. I replied, You're not getting in. The gate code is changed. Go back to Ben's. Your stuff will be there in 5 minutes. Then I turned off my phone. I woke up to 38 missed calls and a full voicemail inbox. I made coffee and went to the workshop to work on my '69 Camaro. Nothing clears the head like wrenching on an engine. At 10 a.m., the gate buzzer rang. Rachel was there, looking wrecked. She pressed the buzzer over and over. I picked up the intercom. You're trespassing. Jack, open this gate. This is illegal. You can't just evict me. I live here. You don't live here. Your mail, your license, your registration, all go to your city apartment. You were a guest. Guests leave. I have rights. I've stayed here for 6 months. You have an apartment in this city. Go there. I can't. I sublet it to my cousin. She has the keys. She paid rent through the end of the month. I can't kick her out. Sounds like a logistics problem. Not my department. Where am I supposed to go? Ben's place is a studio. There's no room for my boxes. They're sitting in the hallway. The landlord is threatening to fine him. Ben needs you, remember? Now you can be his light 24/7. He doesn't want me to live there. He has a girl coming over tonight. He told me I had to leave by noon. I almost dropped my coffee. Wait, the guy who was spiraling last night has a date tonight? Silence. He played you, Rachel. He wanted attention. You gave it. Now that you come with baggage, literal boxes, he's not interested. Jack, please. I made a mistake. He was manipulating me. I love you. Please, just let me come get my clothes and we can talk. I can't leave my stuff in a hallway. Your clothes are at Ben's. Go get them from him. You chose him. Commit to the bit. I hung up the intercom. She sat at the gate for another 20 minutes, honking. I called the sheriff. In a small town, everyone knows everyone. A cruiser showed up. The deputy spoke to her, then called me. She claims she lives here and you locked her out illegally. Her license and registration list her city apartment. She sublet under the table to avoid changing her address. If she claims this is her primary residence, I'd like to file for insurance and tax fraud. Her sublet is a civil issue, not my problem. The deputy nodded. He told her her poor planning wasn't my emergency. She left. Then the texts started coming from Ben. Bro, you can't just dump all this at my place. My landlord's going to freak out. Not my property. It belongs to Rachel. She's your guest now. Be a good host. I didn't sign up for this. I just wanted to talk to her. You called her on our anniversary. You wanted her attention. You got it. She's all yours. If you throw her stuff out, I'm sure she'll sue you. Good luck. Blocked. I spent the afternoon detailing my truck. Found a tube of her lipstick under the seat. Tossed it in the trash. It's amazing how clear things look when you stop tolerating disrespect. 3 days later, Rachel was still locked out. Ben had kicked her and her boxes out after one night. She was crashing on her cousin's couch in her own apartment. She launched a social media campaign, tearful Instagram stories. No comments allowed. The narrative? I was an abusive narcissist who threw her out because I was jealous of her supporting a friend with mental health issues. She left out the part about the anniversary dinner, the choice I gave her, and Ben's new girlfriend. Her friends bombarded my business page with 1-star reviews. Owner is a misogynist. Unsafe for women. Ruined a girl's life over jealousy. I didn't panic. I called my lawyer Saul. He sent a cease and desist for defamation. I replied to every fake review. This review is from a friend of my ex who left our anniversary dinner to go to another man's house. I returned her property to that man. I do not tolerate disrespect in my home or business. This review is fake and has been flagged for removal. Most were taken down within a day. My regulars, guys who've brought me their trucks for years, started posting 5-star reviews to drown out the noise. Jack's the most honest guy in town. If his ex is mad, she probably deserved it. Rachel's mom Linda called. I always liked Linda. She made great lasagna. Jack, she's a mess. She says you won't even let her explain. There's nothing to explain, Linda. She walked out on our anniversary to go to another man. She prioritized him. Now she has to live with the consequences. She has nowhere to go. Her apartment is sublet. She's sleeping on a love seat. Her clothes are in garbage bags because Ben made her move them. She's 34. She has a job. She can get a hotel or stay with Ben. Oh wait, he kicked her out, didn't he? Silence. He told her she was too intense. Didn't realize she was going to invade his space. Imagine that. The guy who demanded her attention didn't want the responsibility. I hope she learns from that. Can't you just meet her for coffee? She thinks if she explains nothing physical happened, you'll understand. Linda, it doesn't matter if they slept together or played checkers. She chose him. The boxes were the closure. I wish you the best. I found a few more things she left behind. A straightener, fancy shampoo, running shoes. I boxed them up and mailed them to Ben's. No return label, just for the satisfaction. 2 weeks later, the dust has settled. Rachel finally realized I wasn't bluffing. She stopped showing up after the sheriff issued a trespassing warning. She moved back in with her parents, 2 hours away. Her cousin refused to leave the apartment, and Ben blocked her number. Word is Rachel's devastated, not because of me, but because Ben moved on. When she showed up with 15 boxes, he panicked. I needed a friend to talk to for an hour. I didn't ask for a roommate. You're suffocating me. Now he's dating the girl he had coming over that night. Rachel commented on his post, "You ruined my life." He blocked her. She lost her stable, loyal boyfriend. She lost her comfortable home. She lost her best friend, who turned out to be a user. Now she's living in her childhood bedroom at 34, all because she couldn't put her phone down at dinner. As for me, my business is having a record month. I took the diamond earrings back to the jeweler, swapped the credit for new headers for the Camaro and a bottle of 18-year scotch. I'm sitting on my porch, watching the sunset over my land. It's quiet. No drama. No crises from other men interrupting my evening. I have a date tomorrow with a woman I met at a car show. She drives a restored Mustang, owns her own house, and doesn't have a male best friend. I told her the story of my last relationship. She laughed and said, "Sounds like you took out the trash." I didn't take it out, I said. I had it delivered. To the men listening, the male best friend is only a threat if you tolerate him. If she prioritizes him, she belongs to him. Don't fight for her. Don't beg her to stay. Pack the boxes, call the Uber, and lock the gate. The frame is straight again. The car drives true. Stay strong, fellas. A lot of you asked about Ahmed, the Uber Connect driver. I used him again to deliver parts. He remembered me. Did the lady ever pick up the boxes? He asked. I told him eventually. He laughed. Man, when I dropped those off, that guy came out looking like he saw a ghost. Kept saying, no, take them back. I don't want this. I told him, delivery completed, bro. Ahmed drove off, leaving the boxes on the curb. Ben stood there, screaming at the boxes. The look on his face was priceless. Ahmed is a legend. I tipped him another $50. Money well spent. For those wondering about the legal side, my lawyer confirmed I'm in the clear. Rachel kept her primary residence at her apartment for rent control and insurance. She was never a tenant at my house, just a guest. In my state, a guest can be removed at any time. If she tried to claim tenancy, she'd have to admit to lying about her primary residence, which would trigger an investigation into her lease and insurance. She trapped herself in her own web of lies. I just closed the door.